What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today's video, we're going to be making these pen drawings move. This will be part 2 of my tutorial on multiple moving pen drawings. I hope my mic quality is much better. I'm trying new setups as I try to grow my YouTube channel. But yeah, let's get straight into it. So open up your part 1 project and just click file and save as a copy. Now, I'm gonna rename this, part 2, and let's get into it. Okay. Click the green flag where we left off. Right click these and hide them if you didn't before. Now, what we're gonna do in this video is we're gonna make this square move. So, you may be wondering, how are we gonna do that? Well, let's think about it. When you move the player, you're making them move according to your decision. But we want this to decide when to move and where to move. So, I'm going to do this in the simplest way, as I'm going to use squares, which are much easier to do collisions with, and they're not really, I'm not going to add any directional turning or anything like that. I will, tell me in the comments if you want me to do that, because I can. But okay, so what we're gonna want to do is we're going to make a new custom block. We're gonna name it move enemies. Run without screen refresh. Okay, so this is actually a lot simpler than it looks. So what we're going to do is we're going to scroll down to our game loop, and we're going to drag in the move enemies block right before the render enemies. So what this will do, it'll change the data values, and then it'll render the enemies at those data values. So what are we going to want to do here? We can reuse the I variable, and so we can set it to 0, and then whatever list has the max amount of enemies you have, you can just use the length of that list. So mine will probably have that in the length of X. Okay, so repeat length of X. Change I by 1. Okay, so here's where it gets interesting. So we're going to bring in an if else, and so if item, so here's how this is gonna work. We're going to do if item I of X is above player X, then we're going to replace item, duplicate the I of X with item I of X minus, well, what do you want the movement speeds to be? You can be whatever you want, but we'll just say 2. I of X and if it's not, place it with +2. Okay, let's explain this. So if the X if the X position of the enemy is above the X position of the player, then you will make the enemy move to the left, which will bring down the X position. And so now, if it's not, then it will go to the right. Now, one of the other things, in the end part of my last video, I showed you another one of my pen projects that I've been working on. So, in that pen project, basically, I ran into a problem where if the enemy was right on top of the player, then it would like rapidly vibrate all over the screen. So what we're going to do here is bring in another if-else. So we can do if item I of X equals player X. Okay, since the player X will probably be in a decimal, we're going to use the round player X. Then we are going to, let's make another variable named player health for all sprites. So we can scroll up, and here you can drag in the set player health. This can be whatever you want. I'm going to do 10. So place okay. So if it equals round player X equals item I of X, we can change player health. Actually, no, I'm not gonna do that, because that's just going to make it rapidly lose health. We don't want that. Oops, don't delete that. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. If not, by the way, delete that if else and replace it with an if. If not, item I of X equals round player X, then replace item I of X with item I of X plus 2. This will make it where it won't vibrate around the player. That's just a pet peeve of mine. You don't have to do it if you don't want to. I just prefer it. Okay, so what we're going to do next is we're going to do the same thing but with the Y. So duplicate that whole script and drop it down there, but replace everything with the Y. So Y, player Y, okay, so now we have a full movement script. Let's test it out. Yes, it works nicely. Okay, so now let's try adding another enemy. Ooh, what happened there? Oh, okay, I see why. So let's make a new custom block to fix that, because what's happening is it's just drawing an enemy, not actually adding an enemy to the list. So let's name it data create enemy. That just stands for creating the enemy, but in the data. Okay, so we're going to do, actually edit that, add an input, X, Y, and then size. Run it without screen refresh. So what we're going to do here is drag out 3 adds. Number 1 will be X, number 2 will be Y, number 3 will be size. You can just drag in the inputs into their corresponding list numbers. Okay, now let's test it out. Bit of lag. Now we can drag this out. It's still kind of vibrating, but it's okay. Okay, so we can drag this out. And what we'll do here is 0. The size can be like 20. Yes, it works. Okay. Now, works nicely. So, we'll also stop the project. And then what we can do here is I'll leave this right here for testing. Lag. I'm gonna save the project. Okay. By the way, if you didn't know already, you can press Ctrl S on Chrome to save the project. So what we're gonna do here next is we're going to want to check collisions. Okay, so this is really fun. I find this really fun. Check collisions. Make a new custom block. And then, yeah, we should be good on inputs. Okay, so a quick explanation. Checking collisions in a pen project is usually not very simple. Because in a pen project, you're not using actual sprites. You're just using data. Set I to 0. Set I to 0. Repeat. We can duplicate the length of X. Okay, so change I by 1. And so here's how you do this. We're going to check. Okay, I want to make a variable. Make a variable. Say NX. We'll call it NX. So before we do this check collision script, let's scroll back over to the to the move enemies block. We can set NX. Oops. We'll actually put this in here. Okay, so under the change I by 1, set NX to item I of X. And then we'll replace all of those with the NX variable. Oops. And then let's do the same with the NY. Make a new variable called NY. And we'll set NY to item I of Y. So NX, 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 NX. Oops. Nope, that should be the NY variable. NY. Okay, so yes, that should simplify our code a bit. Pen projects aren't usually super simple anyways. But what we're going to do here is we're going to repeat length of X we're going to do the same thing here. So you can duplicate set nx and set ny and put it under the change I by 1. Now, just in this game in general, I want to make it so the enemies collide too. I just feel like that would be really fun. But for now, let's just check the player collision. We're gonna need to scroll up to the script that draws the player. So, make a new variable called player size for all sprites. It doesn't really matter, but I just like to have it like that. Under the rendered player, we can drag in a set player size to size. This is not for this script, but it is for basically the other scripts to know what the size of the player is. So that will be very important in checking collisions. So what you need to do, if you want to check the collisions, you have to do this. Okay, so bring out an if statement. So you want to check if the distance between the 2 points. Okay, this is kind of hard to say. So take half of the size of both units. Okay, so the player side divided by 2 plus, oops, we're also going to make a new variable for this sprite called ns, for enemy size, and we're going to set enemy size to item I of size. So what you're going to want to do is player size divided by 2 plus ns divided by 2. So you're going to see if the distance, or the two sizes, oh, hold up. So you're gonna want to see. Okay, so I actually did that wrong. Oops. So go to operators, drag out an above, and you're going to just drop that in there. Then put it in here. Okay, so we're going to want to check if the sum of half of their sizes is above the distance between them. So we're going to do this. Oops. We're going to drag out an above again and if else. So we need to check, drag that in there, and drag that in here. We need to check if the NX is above NY. So, why do we need to do this? Oops, sorry. We need to check if the NX is above the player X. So duplicate the if and drop it into the else. But instead, NX is above player X. So we'll do and drag in a minus nx minus player x. We won't do anything in that if yet. We're just going to do it in both for now. Duplicate the subtraction, and we'll just switch places here. Oops. If it is, in both situations, we're gonna change player health by, you can decide, but I'm gonna do, my player health will be 10, so I'll do -1, -1. Let's just do this for now. We'll replace item I of x with item I of x, but actually we can do this. Since nx is already item I of x, we can just do nx minus 10. Minus 10. That'll be the knockback. Okay. There we go. Now we have a working script for the collisions. I just want to test this out. Oh, right. I do not think we put this in here. So under the move enemies, we can drag in that check collisions block. Let's see if it works. Oh yes, it does work. This is very nice, but there is an offset that we'll need to add. But for now, happy Thanksgiving. Have a good one. It's your boy JC. I'm out.